I'm trying to decide which way to go. I think I made a wrong turn back there somewhere. Hey, my loves. Shout out to everybody who was joining me from The Bachelor. We were having fun over there, and then somebody tried it. Not on my Black History Month. How are we doing, my loves? Hey, Becca. Hey, Blair. Blair said, back for more. Hey, Amira. How are we doing? Oh, my goodness. Josh O, what are you and Wendy Sims talking about? All I see is Josh O's comment. That's probably good for your mental health. The show drives me crazy. I am Josh O. I'm so disappointed in Renee. To be quite honest with you, I don't remember interacting with Renee. Because there's no way that you could have watched me for that long and that's what you think. There's no way. Renee was a newbie. Hey, Tony and Black Lavender, shout out to my moderators. I have to always shout them out because, guys, you have no idea. I could not do this without them. I could not. So thank you so much, Tony and Black Lavender and all my moderators. Blair said, not Renee. Hey, Rhonda. Yeah, Tony, because I'm just like, ain't no way. But normally I have about like 300 people in a room. We had like almost 5 guys. It was like 500 people in there. So Renee had to be a newbie. I've been watching you. You know, when they say stuff like that, I'm like, you just here to start some mess. Thank you, Celeste. Hey, Pace URL. Yeah, I think that too. Because I'm just like, if you've been watching me for a while, we have interacted. There's no way. Hey, Tasha. I know. I'm getting my stuff together. Y'all know it's not a game. Hey, Planning with Danny. Hey, Missy B2. Thank you all for joining me. Let's go. Come on in the room. Oh, come on in the room. Hey, Shonda, shout out to my moderator. Come on in the room. Oh, come on. Yes, Black Lavender in the room. Hey, we got Missy B2. We also got Planning with Danny. You better come on in the room. Yes, I did, Blair. Come on in the room. Hey, Tasha. Come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about. I can't believe that. I'm on Kenya's side. Come on. Hey, Baka in the room. Oh, come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about. You better come on in the room. Oh, God. You guys are a joy. I hope you know that. Blair said, my daughter always dances when she hears you playing the tambourine. Thank you so much. Thank you, Amira. Hey, Tracy, please listen to Tracy. Tracy says, Star Family, please like, share, and subscribe to the best life reviews on YouTube. I love y'all. I know Missy B too. I can't believe it. We will talk about it. Hey, Mary Hall. Thank you. Cameron said I had to go home and change for the program. We had to take off our reading glasses because Renee tried it. Oh, God. Tracy said, oh, my OMG, Nikki, wait until you get my package. I'm going to have a whole choir in here by the time we're done. Josh O said, I'm trying to get into the Atlanta mood, but I'm still stuck on The Bachelor. It was a lot. Yeah, Josh, it was a lot in there. But we were doing so well. And shout out to my white allies in that chat, because as soon as Renee tried it, the white allies was like, not today, Satan. Oh, God, I love us. We're good. I really, I enjoy this. I really, really do. And I'm telling you, from somebody who was so against starting a YouTube, I can't believe I'm here. I was like, a YouTube? No. I don't know them people, but here we are. Never say never. No, Bria, I didn't start. I just actually finished singing Come On in the Room, but I will start soon. Wendy Sims 31 said, I don't like to exercise sober, let alone tipsy. I will be having the spins. Can I tell you, I was watching this episode with my little sister, and she was like, this is so stupid. And my mom was like, oh, I would love to work out, have a shot before I worked out. My sister was like, Mom, that is the dumbest thing to ever do. Like, why would you put your body through that? She was fine the whole episode, but when they started taking shots and working out, oh, that pissed her off. And then it got me thinking, have you done this before? Because you have such a strong opinion about it. D Dame said, is this season good? I haven't even watched the bootleg episode they upload on YouTube. It could be better. I honestly think the pandemic, and I just got to be real, the pandemic and the the removal of Nene on this show by herself, like she removed herself, let's be real. The removal of Nene really it kind of hindered this show. This show needed that kind of presence. And, with COVID and a lot of the social issues going on during the time of filming, it kind of, it didn't kind of, it greatly affected this season. So it's not what we're used to from these ladies. Hey, Coos Girlie. I love you too, Baka. Masanje Bamba. Hey, baby. Thank you so much. Hey, Soprano 2. Soprano 2 said, ride or die. That's right. Hey, Kimberly Mayfield said, my man called what happened at the last live. Huh? Explain that for me, Kimberly. I think I'm reading your question wrong. Bria said, woo, right on time. Yes, you are right on time, my love. Wendy Sims said, doesn't alcohol dehydrate you? I already got asthma. I don't need to be hot, out of breath, and drunk. Tell it. You know what, Cameron? I happen to agree with you. Cameron said, I just feel like after this season, Kenya doesn't need to come back for her own sake. I agree with you. Hey, Tartar. Hey, Jimmy G. I missed you too. Miss Brown Sugar said, listen, LaToya drinking while working out reminded me of Carnival. Then again, it's Carnival Monday, so everything does. Womp, womp, womp. That's what I was thinking. I was just like, how was LaToya in her 30s taking shots and working out? Carnival explains it. Carnival explains it. Josh, you know that I'm never going to agree with making Shamia a cast member. I don't see it for Shamia, and I know a lot of y'all do, so I'm going to walk lightly with y'all, girl. But I don't see it for her on the show. Her or Fallon. I just don't see it. I don't see it. Thank you, Greta. I'm going to answer. Oh, hold on. I got two things that I have to answer before I get started. Amir Muhammad said, what did you guys think about their dinner outfits? Hated them. All of them. The only outfit I liked this episode was Portia's Ivy Park. And I think that's because I had that outfit in my cart, but somebody bought it right from under me. I'm telling you, Ivy Park is really hard to get because that was the one thing that I could afford that I had in my cart and somebody bought it. So I was living for Portia's outfit, her Ivy Park outfit this episode. But I hated every outfit. Every outfit was it didn't look well. I hate the two outfits I hated the most was Shamia and Drew's outfit at dinner. Shamia had these panties on. And listen, when you got a big uncontrollable butt, I'm not shaming big uncontrollable butts. I want one. So just let me start off with that. But you got to wear the proper undergarments. Shamia's panties were just up her butt the whole time. It just was so distracting. And it just looked a mess. It looked a mess. The color wasn't right. It just looked a mess. Drew, and y'all know I love me a sparkle. That sparkle outfit with those like dance recital tights, and it wasn't flattering. The sparkle was flattering. I think she should have did the sparkle top with some cute jeans, some cute fitted, jeans. The bottom, the top up was a niece. The bottom down was an auntie. It did not look great. I'm not going to comment on Kenya because Kenya's going through it. You could just tell. This season, they got her good. Mark is putting her through it, but I hated all of those outfits. Josh O, I moved Drag Race. I moved the live for Drag Race for batch chat because I had to do a batch chat today, but I moved the Drag Race live to tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm doing a review of The Bachelor and I'm going to do the Drag Race live. I just had to move it because of batch chat because there was so much going on in Bachelor Nation. I had to talk about it. And I would have moved Drag Race to later, but a lot of people are on the East Coast who watch me. So they'll be watching The Bachelor and they won't be on the live. So I would just rather do it at a time when we all will be available. So that's why I moved it to tomorrow. Jimmy G said, was NeNe bringing anything of value for the past few seasons? I think the whole cast is a bit stale. Not NeNe per se, but I'm speaking as in we need a NeNe personality. She was such a force on that show. Y'all need somebody like that. Oh, Kimberly, in the Bachelor chat, somebody tried to call me racist, child, or said that I was being very hard on white people. And I had to let her know that the only time I ever brought up white people was when I was speaking about racist white. I was very specific about that. And I said racist white people. And this person got upset because I was calling out racist. Oh, well, stay mad. Stay mad. But yeah. Who's that? Ciao. Yeah, Kenya Soprano. Kenya has been going through it. And you know what? Since we're here, let's get into the review. Let's get into it. I gotta take my phone to the I gotta take it to AT&T today. That's another reason why I gotta get out of here. Or I couldn't do Drag Race because I got some running around to do. Let's talk about the episode. Marlo, you know I love Marlo. I would love her to be a main cast member. For some reason, it's just not happening. I don't know if it's Ted Turner blocking her, blessings. I don't know if it's that, but for some reason, she is just not, going to be a main cast member. But she still makes a lot of money, and she's happy where she's at. So Marlo in this episode talks about why she does not understand why her and Kenya can't get along. Is she saying that she doesn't pick on her? Let me tell you something, Marlo, we got to be fair. We got to be fair. You and Kenya go at each other. And I have to be fair from what I've seen this season. I have not seen Kenya come for Marlo unprovoked. I have seen Marlo doing the provoking. Even when and to be honest with you, I just got to give that to Kenya. I really, really do, because I'm thinking back to, I think Cynthia's, it's not her rehearsal dinner, but they threw her like a, engagement party dinner. The ladies did that for her. And Marlo, you were the one who made a comment to LaToya about Kenya, because LaToya said that she had, I think LaToya was saying that, showed the naked picture of Kenya and saying that she has a beautiful body. And I think Marlo said, why are you showing that? And LaToya was just like, oh, because she's beautiful and I would love to have a body like hers. And then Marlo, you said, oh, so you want to get your butt done? And then Kenya was like, well, why would you even say that? Because nobody was talking to you. You made the comment. And then Kenya was like, why would you say that? And I'm tired of you saying things about me. You're being very nasty. And then Marlo, you go, why? Because I talk about your butt and your poor skin. Like, you come for her. You have. I will say y'all come for each other, and you probably still could be bitter from the Kenya Moore hair care. I will give you that. But to sit up here and act like you don't know why you and Kenya aren't in a good place, and to act like, oh, when you're saying those things about her, you're joking. You are the only one on this show who told Kenya that she's not only is she a terrible person, that her mother wants nothing to do with her. Like, Kenya, I'm not defending any of her actions, right? But Marlo, you go low, right? You are the only person on this show who will meet Kenya in hell. Okay? Everybody else is, when they go low, we go higher. Marlo is just like, oh, hell no, I'm gonna meet Kenya in hell. I'm gonna get low and I'm gonna meet her right where she's at. Like, you and Nene are the only ones who really like go for her where she's at, right? This season, Marlo, I'm sorry, from what I've seen, now this could be, you could be feeling some sort of way because of how she did you last season. I will give you that. But you just can't sit here and be like, oh no, I just made a comment about your butt and your skin. You know the girl is sensitive about her skin. You know that, right? You know that. So to sit here and act crazy, like you don't know why she gave you that room, like you don't understand why you're beefing. I love you, Marlo, but I can't give you that one. You knew. You're just trying to act like it's not that big of a deal now because one of your biggest allies on the show is gone. So now you're trying to, like, you know, not rekindle, but mend fences so that you can come to more things and be treated better and, you know, on girls' trips and in scenes. But you got to own up to what you did. It seems like the both of them were able to move forward from this. I hope it sticks, but I will say this, when they were at dinner, Marlo, you were throwing shots at her again. So this is my thing with Marlo. She makes it seem like Kenya has a problem with her. She does. Marlo, you got a problem with Kenya. Because whenever you see an opening to go after her, you go. So y'all both got issues that y'all need to, if y'all don't address it, just agree to move forward. But it's not a one-sided beef. It's not a one-sided beef. You both have deep issues with the other person. Not really relevant to my review, but they're still eating that pig from what, last night? That pig sat out for hours and they're like still digging in it and eating it. And then Portia was like playing like she was going to eat something and then brushed her tongue with the pig and then threw the pig back to, throw that pig away. Ain't no way that pig is still healthy. Like that pig is so healthy, but ain't no way, like that meat's been out for hours. Doesn't it spoil after a while? Ugh, Mike, pray over that food. So the ladies decide to, Portia wants to play a game with everybody because Kenya doesn't have anything. Kenya is tired and, you know, she just wants to go to bed. I think Kenya just wants to spend the night with Brooklyn. You know, I think she, you know, her daughter is there. She's missing a baby. She wants to spend time with her baby. And the nanny does not watch her overnight. You know what I mean? The nanny is probably hired for a certain amount of hours. Excuse me. And so, you know, it's time for Kenya to get her daughter. So she goes upstairs and gets Brooklyn and goes to bed. And all of the ladies stay downstairs to play the game. And I think they thought that Kenya was going to come back down and play this game that Portia, Never Have I Ever, which would have been fun with these ladies. So I was kind of disappointed that we didn't get that game. But anyway, so they're all downstairs waiting for Kenya to come down. They think she's coming back down, but she's in bed comfy with her daughter. So Candy, who I told y'all, Kenya has been getting on her nerves now. Why is Kenya getting on her nerves now? Because there's nobody there for them to mutually hate, which is Nene. They both dislike Nene and they bonded over the fact that they do not like Nene. When you become friends because you have a common enemy, that friendship is not solid, because once that enemy is no longer a factor, that friendship falls away because it was built on sinking sand. Like it wasn't hollow ground. It wasn't like, you know, fine ground, right? It wasn't hard rock. This foundation, your foundation was disliking somebody, and that is not the building block of friendship, right? So I knew that they would be here because now that there's no longer a Nene here, everything that Kenya does is building up and it's getting on Candy's nerves. Her last straw was bringing Brooklyn and not being able, or not even giving the opportunity or being asked if she wants to bring her daughter. So that was the last straw for her. And I think she was keeping it together. But when she went up there and saw Kenya with Brooklyn, I think that was it for her, right? Because she could have been home with her newborn, right? So she goes up to Kenya and she's just like, are you going to come down? And Kenya's just like being real nasty. She's just like, no, I'm not coming down. I'm tired. And Candy's like, well, we're all downstairs. She's just like, oh, that's great. You can go, but I'm not, going to come down there with you guys. So good night. Kenya, you were rude. You were rude, especially to somebody who has been a really good friend to you. You didn't need to talk to Candy like that. So Candy goes back downstairs and she lets the ladies know. And then all of the ladies who are moms get real, they start talking again and they start getting in their feelings because they want, they probably would have brought their kids or not come on the trip if they knew that it was going to be a mommy and me trip. You know what I mean? So they all start talking and now the game is soured because everybody feels a certain way, especially the moms. And then Candy is crying and heartbroken because I'm telling you, I think she saw Kenya with Brooklyn and felt some sort of way, probably felt bad, some mommy shaming, of herself, feeling like, well, she didn't bring her daughter. I didn't even think to ask to bring my child. And so they all get upset. And then the game night is ruined, which really pissed me off because I think that would have been a really fun game to just see everybody play. But it was ruined because they just weren't in the headspace to play that game. So they all went to bed. I will say this though, right? I get being upset with Kenya because she brought her child. She traveled on a jet and she brought her child and didn't inform the ladies. I think that was very rude. Also with the whole crab cake thing, I think it was very rude. She's just not a good hostess. She's not a good hostess, but I just do not understand the level of anger. I get being annoyed. I get being like, now girl, that's not okay. But I just feel like I can't. And again, it could be because I'm not a mom, right? I just cannot understand why the ladies are this mad at Kenya. Like they're so pissed off that they won't even play a game anymore. Like y'all were all going to have a good time and y'all just decided not to anymore because Kenya is upstairs with Brooklyn. I just felt like y'all too old to let that affect your mood for the rest of the night. So now you're going to be pissed off. Y'all waking up pissed off. Well, y'all could have just been like, you know what she did isn't cool, but we're not going to let that ruin our night. Let's have fun. I just didn't think it was that deep to ruin your night. You're here. None of y'all leaving and going back home to your kids. Y'all on the girls' night. Enjoy. Savor the rest of girls' night because it will, this girls' trip, because it will end soon and very soon. And I honestly, again, I'm not a mom, so I'm just speaking from a position that I probably shouldn't be, I'm speaking from a position that I probably don't have no right to speak on this thing about, but you're here. This is my channel. Looking at Kenya's side, she's hosting this girls' trip and also has her kid here. She overbooked herself. And she does not have the energy. She's tired. She's also emotionally worn out from this divorce and now this child support battle, this child custody battle that's going on right now with her and Mark. So the girl is tired. Let her get some rest. Like, I'm that kind of person who goes on the trip and listen, I will do my best. I will do my best to show up to the activities that the host has prepared. But if I want to sleep, if I want to take a 6-hour nap in a hammock overlooking the ocean, let me do that. Why do I have to come to everything? If the girl want to go to bed because she's tired, let her go to bed. I don't feel like everybody has to do everything together on a girls' trip. Like, let some people rest. Let some people shop. Let some people, get a facial. Let some people go to a restaurant. Like, if you don't want to do everything with everybody, that's okay. That's okay. And maybe I'm just speaking from that perspective because I'm that girl. Like, even if I host a trip, I say, listen, this is all the things that we have going on. You can come if you want to. I want to let you know this is where I'm going to be at. This is what I thought would be great for us to do. And I'm going to these things. You don't have to go. I'm still going. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm Sagittarius. I just don't feel like I need everybody to do everything with me. I don't know. But I didn't think it was that big of a deal. Let her go to bed. Play your freaking game. Now it's just like, oh no, she got her daughter here and she's spending the night with her daughter. We can't do that. So I don't want to play this game no more. I would have been like, listen, I ain't like what she did. I think that's real shady because I would, like to be nursing my baby right now. But you know what? My husband got the baby. So I'm here. Bring out the Uno. Why y'all kill your night over Kenya? Y'all gave her too much power. That's what I feel like. I feel like they're giving her way too much power over their own emotions. Not Kenya. You think I'm giving Kenya power over me and how my day is affected? The devil is a liar. Anyway, let's talk about LaToya real quick. So the ladies, before they, canceled this game that they were about to play and ended their night sour, pissed. Before that, the ladies were talking about Kenya and how they didn't like what she did. How did Kenya not hear all them talking about her? Let me tell you something. If that was me, I would have been like, hold on 1 second. Walk down them steps. Excuse me, is there a problem? Because I heard my name when I was nursing my baby. What's good? Like, girl, you heard them talking about you, but that's okay. You slept with your child. You put your baby to bed and you conked on out. Good for you. But I would have walked down them steps and I would have been like, what's gooey? Shout out to TS Lil Kendra. I would have been like, what's gooey? What's up? Who got an issue with me? Because I heard y'all talking about me because these walls is thin. Let's go. Before I go on, we got a super chat from my girl. Oh, not my girl. I thought it was Nelly. Hey, Mackie. Mackie Sykes said, I think this trip was just a final straw for the ladies when it comes to Kenya. The jet, Brooklyn, no food, eating in front of everyone was just too much. I absolutely agree. Because Tanya did say, Tanya was just like, listen, we all got a lot of strong opinions. I have strong opinions too, but I think I'm just hangry. That's another thing. She starved these girls. Like, they don't have anything to eat. So, not only are they frustrated, they're starving. So that, coupled with the fact that you have been shady this trip, Kenya lucky she ain't get jumped. Anyway, thank you so much for the super chat, Mackie. Let's talk about LaToya. So the ladies is dragging Kenya, dragging her. Guess who's agreeing? LaToya. Miss LaToya. Kenya's secret lover. LaToya sitting there like, yeah, exactly. Because I could have brought my baby. Like, you just agreeing. You agreeing and cackling and kikiing with these ladies tearing down Kenya. I told y'all, Kenya is training her replacement. Before I move forward, we got a super chat from Jamaica, from Esha Diva. Esha or Isha Diva said, the level of anger was ridiculous. These ladies stay using Kenya as a punching bag with their high school behavior. Thank you so much, my dear, for the super chat. Yeah, I thought it was over the top. I get being frustrated and annoyed, but y'all like crying now, and now y'all night is just ruined. Y'all on a girls trip and y'all going to bed early? Boo! Boo! So now the next day, Kenya and Candy get into it. Y'all know I love me some Candy. I'm very honest about it. I don't have any kind of favorite housewife on this show. I told y'all with Real Housewives of Potomac that the Grand Dame was like my first housewife where I can like honestly say I like this person. This is like my favorite. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, but I call Grand Dame on her mess. But I have to be honest, she is my favorite person in all of these housewife franchises, right? I don't have any favorites outside of that. What it is with me and Kandi is that she is a part of my childhood, right? So there's a sweet spot for Kandi that resides somewhere in me. And I think it's just the child in Nikki, right? That's where that is for Kandi. I'm not saying she's my favorite and I give her favoritism. I just got to be honest with you. There's a sweet spot for her with me. So I'll make sure I'm not missing those super chats. I like her. I did not like what she did to Kenya. The next morning, she goes to talk to her friend about, no, all of the ladies are talking about what, the plan is for the rest of the day. And all the ladies, like getting the plans or whatever together. And Kenya notices that Candy's being a little short with her. A little short. So all the ladies leave and they start talking. And Kandi is just like, I think it was something concerning the events. Make sure, something like what did she say? Hold on. Make sure the next girl trip, make sure you bring 2 nannies next time. Who are you talking to? Listen, I can't believe I'm agreeing with Kenya, like writing for her this much. Never has this ever happened. And it's not because I don't like Kenya. I just never ride for the villain of the show. I feel like you choose that position, you got to take whatever, it is that comes with it. I never ride for the villain because I just think that they're just there to create mess and drama. Kenya is off her game. That man got her off her game. We're seeing Kenya, right? I thought that was so rude to say to a single mother, make sure you bring 2 nannies next time so that you could be a part of all the events. And then Kenya's just like, well, maybe I can't do that. And Candy's just like, well, I do that. I make sure I got 2. Kandi, you're one of the wealthiest housewives in this entire franchise. You can afford that. Kenya does not have anybody here in Atlanta. Yes, she could, raise her daughter in Detroit or raise her daughter, somewhere closer to where her family lives. But she films this show in Atlanta. This is her bread and butter. She don't really have anything else lined up. So she has to be here. She's here by herself. She has no family. You guys, her co-workers, are the only, what she calls her village. But that's not saying a lot because y'all are paid to be friends on the show. To say to someone who does not have your same money, your same capital, you know what I mean? You are sitting up here not only in a place where you can afford help, your whole family is there. That's where you're from. Kenya was like, I don't have help. And maybe I can't afford another nanny. I just thought that was, because I feel like Kandi knows. I feel like Kandi knows her situation. And you know that this woman don't have no money like that, especially if she's in a divorce, going through the motions. Divorces are expensive. And she's still fighting this man in court about custody, right? Right now, her biggest check is this show, but she's putting out so much money. That's the thing. When y'all think people have a lot of money, y'all don't really understand that lifestyle is expensive. You got to keep that up to keep this job, because these housewife shows are about ladies who have money or from affluent communities, right? So you got to keep that up. You got to keep on renting that Bentley. You got to keep on paying a mortgage on this expensive home that you really wish that you can get rid of, but you cannot downsize because you're on a show about women who have money. Nannies are adding up. You know what I mean? You want to do fun stuff like have a little private jet for the show, that adds up, but you're doing this for your work so that you can continue to keep this position. That lifestyle is expensive. Hair and makeup every day while you're filming for 6 months. Expensive. Styling is expensive. All of that costs a lot of money on top of having a whole child that you're fighting for full custody over. Yeah, she's a villain, but to sit there and look at that woman and say, bring 2 nannies next time. When I saw Kenya's face, I felt so bad because she was just stunned. Because Candy, I think she considers her to be a friend. And she's just like, why would you say that to me? You know my situation. And because she felt embarrassed, she didn't want to have the conversation with the ladies because Kenya's voice was here. But Candy, who was frustrated and annoyed with her, was getting real loud with her. So she took her outside on the balcony and they started talking and she started crying. And she's just like, I don't like, you guys are my only village. Like, I don't really have anybody here. You know, I'm doing it all by myself. I'm paying for everything. I'm putting everything out. No, I wasn't the best host, but I'm going through something. And I think she just wanted somebody who she considers a friend to understand that. Guys, let's be real. Kenya's going through it. Look at her. She's going through it. That man is putting her through hell. She does not look like herself at all. Her eyes are swollen. Every time we see Kenya, aside from her confessionals, which she looks great in, her eyes are swollen. This woman has been crying before she has even showed up to set. She is stressed out. She's an older mom. Like, she got a listen. Yes, she is a villain, but I feel bad for her because you can visibly see that this woman is going through it. Her hair has never looked like this before on TV. We have never seen Kenya's hair look so raggedy. She is going through it. And if for somebody like Candy, who is her friend or who she considers a friend, I don't know. If I was Kenya, I would expect for her, if she knows my situation, to go a little easier on me. And you could see that in her face, that she was hurt and disappointed that Candy wasn't going along with it. Not excusing how she treated everybody, right? Candy had the right to be frustrated because we all know with Candy, you better feed Candy. If you want the best of Candy, you have got to feed her. And Kenya, we got to be honest, your trip was lacking in nutrition. That's why you got all these pissed off women, because they're starving. You got them eating old pig, you know what I mean, and bread. These women are starving. That's on you. But I still did not like what Candy did. We got a super chat from Mackie. Mackie said, I disagree. If the shoe was on the other foot, Kenya wouldn't show anyone else grace. She invited the ladies on the trip and has been rude and dismissive. Thank you so much, Mackie, for the super chat. Now, I agree with you, Mackie, right? I don't think she would show other people the same grace as the villain of this show, which she was hired to do. What I'm saying is we're seeing real Kenya. We're not seeing the villain. This is the actor behind the character because she don't have it in her to show up to work. We are watching Kenya phone it in. That's what I'm talking about. The real person is going through hell. It's so bad for her, she can't even fake showing up and filming this show. We're seeing her at the lowest. Not saying that she deserves grace and empathy or sympathy from the people that she has mistreated. I'm just calling it like I see it. Thank you so much, Mackie. We have another super chat from Robin Thames. Thank you so much, my love, for the super chat. And I will give you just a bit of insider tea. It's not that like big, but I will say this. Word on the street is allegedly that the network is not pleased with the Kenya they're getting. Word on the street is that one of the network executives' notes from Bravo was that she needs to get it together, basically. That who they are seeing is not who they want to ever see on this season. The performance that she is giving, they are not okay with because she's going through hell. This is who Kenya is. We're seeing real Kenya, broken, a mess. I'm not saying she's not that villain, right? You got to pull from that place. But I honestly think she's putting it on for the show and just magnifying how nasty and shady she really can be. But word on the street is they are not pleased with her performance. They want her to be nasty. And she could do it, but she's going through it. Robin, thank you again for the super chat. Another super chat. Thank you so much, Robin. Robin said maybe she should apologize to Aunt Lori. I'm gonna be real with you. She got a lot of people she need to apologize to. And that seems like where she suffers. Because when she came down and she gave the ladies the apology, they were just like, they were not happy about that apology. Again, I feel like if the ladies were well fed and if they had actual activities and things to do on this trip, if she were a better host, I do not think they would be in such a rage about Kenya. I honestly think the lack of food and the lack of activities is also contributing to the ladies' attitude towards Kenya. I honestly think that's a issue as well. So let's talk about Drew. Oh, hold on. We got another super chat from my girl Virgin Love 8. Hey, Virgin Love 8 said Kenya has been dirty to so many. Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. That's why, you know, she's on an island by herself. You gotta listen. If you're gonna put that out, you gotta be prepared. You gotta be prepared that when you need help, people might not come to your defense. So let's talk about Drew. This is more misplaced anger, right? So Drew is sitting down with Portia and she's talking about how the ladies are fake, how sometimes like they were just mad at Kenya and now everybody is in a good place with her. And she just thinks it's all fake and she's so bothered by it and she doesn't like it. And I don't think that's what she's upset about. I think that Drew got off the phone with her husband who does not communicate with her. She's in a relationship with a man who does not communicate with her and bulldozes through her life. He makes decisions. He does not consult with her. He leaves. He does not consult with her. He comes back whenever he wants. He does not consult with her. And she was frustrated by it, right? But instead of addressing it, she'd rather not fight with him, especially while she's away, because he's been known to take off and disappear when he gets frustrated with her. So she's going to play nice and act like it's not a big deal that he's, moving their home, packing things up, closing on a house, all of this stuff without her. So instead of getting frustrated with the issue, which is her husband, she comes out and all of a sudden she got all these problems with the ladies that she didn't have the day before. This has her frustration with Kenya and the ladies being fake and getting everything together. That's not what she's upset about. She can't deal with the issue, so she'll take it out on these ladies. That's exactly what that is. Because as soon as she got off the phone with her husband, all of a sudden the ladies are fake. She got a problem with the ladies working out and having fun and, no longer beefing with Kenya because they probably got a sandwich. Okay. They probably were able to get a protein shake and they got some nutrients. And now they don't care anymore because they were not in that place where they were being starved. You're mad at your man. So now you want to cause some mess because that anger got to go somewhere, but you're not going to send it to the actual source of your issue. You want to send it out to all these ladies and mess up the rest of their day because they're having a really good time. So then they later go out to dinner and Drew wants to play this messy game about who's real and who's fake. At your big age, girl, bye. You check that husband. Why are you checking Kenya? Why are you checking the rest of the women and not checking your man? Deal with that. Because this was also unnecessary. And y'all know I like Drew and her family on this show. But this was unnecessary and this was misplaced anger and aggression and accountability. You are trying to give accountability to the wrong people. Give it to your man, not these women, because they didn't do anything to you. You did not, why are you upset that Kenya is doing pirouettes and now she's finally having fun? Why did that bother you? Why did that bother you that Portia was not trying to get angry about the situation? Portia had already moved on. You're trying to bring her back. No, you two don't like each other. And okay, if she's fine, why is that bothering you? She's chill. She's cool. She said Black Lives Matter. That's a Black woman. Her life matters. Our relationship don't matter. She's fine. Why are you upset? You mad at that dude, not the lady. So she plays this little shady game and acts like, oh, it's not an attack on you, Kenya. Drew, it was absolutely an attack. It was absolutely an attack. You didn't want to be called out on it, but you were feeling some sort of way, and that needed to go somewhere, because instead of dealing with what you're dealing with the right person, you just shot it out at anybody who would catch it. Portia rejected it, right? Because you was trying to deposit your mess on her, and she wouldn't play ball with you. Then you deposited on Kenya, who was already going through something. So she's already sensitive, right? So she takes it on as her being attacked. Drew was like, oh, I'm not attacking you. Then why did you bring these things up if you weren't attacking her? Then Candy is just like, well, I felt some sort of way because, I wanted to bring my baby as well. And then Portia's just like, I wanted to bring my baby too. And so now this conversation is going on. Now all the ladies who really felt some way is finally saying something. But again, they're also starved. You're not feeding these women. So Kenya is now trying to express what is going on with her because the ladies didn't accept the apology before that she gave them earlier in the day. I will say, Kenya, you could have gave them a better apology. I got to say that, right? So now Kenya is trying to explain to them what's going on with her and try to give them the proper apology. But she's feeling like she's being dismissed because they're trying to get their order together. They are starving, Kenya. You starved these women. So unfortunately, they are listening to you, but they want to make sure they get their onion rings and their buffalo wings because they are starving. So now Kenya is getting that. And because her and Portia already have an existing beef, it's very sensitive there. So she's just like, well, I'll wait for Portia. And Portia, girl, I love you, but she was being messy. I can hear. Yeah, I can hear you, but I'm on my phone. No, I can hear you. I don't need to look at you. I can hear you. Like, now, Portia, how did you expect for that to go? So, the dinner didn't go as planned because Drew wanted to set off some mess. And listen, I ain't even going to get like real deep and uber spiritual with you, but you see how that demon finally found a place to rest? Can we be real? Because Drew was talking to her man and she didn't like what he did. Instead of talking to him, something in her festered. And what did she do? She tried to give it to one person. The person rejected it. She finally was able to give it what she was feeling. She was finally able to give it to somebody who was already weak and going through something. That person accepted it and then vomited that mess out to everybody else. So now everybody is arguing. Now everybody got issues, all because Drew did not address her husband with the way she was feeling. She gave it to the group and created this whole mess and then sat there because now it's no longer on her. She got it out. So now she can sit there and be like, oh my goodness, no, I was not trying to attack. Oh no, this is what you did. This is what you created. Y'all all could have been sitting there sucking on chicken bones and having a good time, but no. You got to deposit some mess because you can't go after the source. Ciao. Anyway, the ladies finally get it together, and then they're heading back home because Candy got some dick on demand waiting for them with Bolo. And that's where the season will get interesting. I will say this, right? Kenya should have let Cynthia fix the situation for her because Cynthia was able to speak from her side and the lady side and make it make sense and say it from a neutral place of love and understanding. Kenya lost any ounce of sympathy that she was getting from the ladies when Cynthia was speaking for her by saying, oh, I don't have to tell them that I was bringing my child. You're going to sit there and tell all these mothers on the trip that you put together, that you don't have to tell them that it probably will be a mommy and daughter trip because you're bringing your daughter. The sympathy that they had for you left because all the moms was just like, absolutely you do. We got kids too. Like you should have let Cynthia fix that situation for you because it was about to go away. It was about to go away and you just lit that match. Girl, but thankfully it was all able to come back because, at least Kenya apologized to Candy, who that's probably the only person aside from Cynthia on this cast that she really cares about, especially with that relationship. So it was able to get squashed. But, the beef was reignited with her and Marlo because Marlo was making comments to Kenya and she had an issue with that. And then it was reignited again between her and Portia because Portia, who was probably hangry, just was not feeling it. Was not feeling, her, how she interpreted sob story. So now we got two beefs that could have been dead, reignited thanks to Drew. Let's talk about it. Thanks to Drew. Anyway, that's all I want to talk about with this episode. If you were just here for the review, beloveds, it ends right now. Now we're going to get into the chit chatter. Let me, my juices, y'all can't see it, but my juice is right here. Let me add some more juice to my cup and I'll be right back. Hold on to your love. The art of playing yourself. It's not the love you make me up on fire. Yeah. Him love every day. I remember please wait. I'll be patient and he'll give his heart to you. Don't waste your time fighting. BB said, hey, Nikki, let's get into it. Team Twirl. All right. Kenya's going through a lot and it's hard to open up, especially when she got clowned a lot in the past. Listen, that woman is going through it. And y'all know I'm neutral. I ain't on nobody's side. That woman is going through it. I specifically, guys, I did not talk about Breonna Taylor because, you know what? I am going to talk about it. Let's say her name. But I just didn't want to talk about it because who doesn't remember that? Like, everybody knows where they were at when they heard the verdict. And I'm telling you, me and my family got nothing done that day. We got nothing done that day. I'm literally responding to emails from like work emails from like agents and all kinds of collabs and stuff. And I'm crying because I'm heartbroken because, again, like, if you're a Black woman, you see yourself in Breonna Taylor, and that verdict literally said that our lives don't matter. You know what I mean? And especially when you, unfortunately, put it next to the movement that was started because of George Floyd. And you see how Breonna's, death, slaughter was not taken seriously. Like, it was just very, very hard to watch. And then to like relive that and then to see the disappointment and heartbreak and these, in the face of these Black women. That was, it was difficult. Very, very difficult. But we fight on. Decon T, thank you so much, my love, for the super chat. Decon T said Kenya was the host, but these women aren't strangers to each other. Game night should have still happened without Kenya. Couldn't be me. Thank you. Like, she's not bringing, together strangers. Like, she's not the glue to this group. You all still could have had fun without her. You know what I mean? Like, after the first night, after y'all saw what kind of host that she was going to be, I would not be waiting for Kenya to order anything. I'd be getting a group together. I would be getting local menus. I would be, having production send a PA to get us some lunch. Like, I would take over that trip. Because this, obviously, she's not a good host, and obviously she's out of it. Look how she look. That's my thing. Ladies, look how this woman looks. She has never looked like this ever since she's been on this show. Look how this woman looks. Look how she's showing up the film. She's going through hell. Read the freaking room. Now say y'all don't like her because how she has treated you and you don't give a damn. Say that. Say it with your chest. Nobody will fault you for that, right? Because you don't have to extend grace to somebody who has never had grace for you. But let's be very clear here. That woman is going through hell. She does not look like herself, baby. She does not look like herself. She looks like she is currently walking through hell. Give her a break if you want. If you want. But I'm telling you, they're not letting her rest. Any little thing she do, they are getting her together. Some people could have been waiting for this moment. And again, you get back what you put out. Now, I'm not saying I would do it. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. I can't kick a person when they're down. I can't, no matter what they did. You know what I mean? I'm just like, ooh. She's going through it. She's going through it. Shonda said, I do feel like they should have shown them more compassion. I mean, what would it hurt? What would it hurt? Like, she couldn't even get a sentence out, a full sentence before she started crying when she was talking to Candy. You know what I mean? And she's just like, I'm really going through it. You know, he is fighting me tooth and nail, you know, over custody over Brooklyn. Her only child, her miracle child. I don't know. I'm going to say it. I feel bad for her. I do. Exactly. SPNG TV said she has zero sympathy for other women who are going through the same thing. Exactly. So they don't owe her anything. I'm just, you know, as a viewer, I'm just giving like my perspective on everything. Yeah, some of you are saying, you know, this is her karma. Her karma. Listen, you do get back what you put out. You do get back what you put out. Hey, Shannon Van. Shannon Van said, hey, Star fam. Yes, like Nikki said, read the room when it comes to Kenya. She was going through it. She was going, like, look at her. Look at that woman. Y'all know she is not herself. And remember what? Last episode, she had that ratty ponytail. When have we ever seen Kenya's hair like this, guys? Her eyes are swollen. You know she's very sensitive about that skin. She's showing up on camera with nothing. That man put her through it. That man is putting her through it. Lady Virgo said, Nikki, you and your mom had me singing Somebody Else's Guy ever since last week. I wish she was here so we could do it. That is our jam. We were singing it all day yesterday because we always, like, I told y'all, my family is festive. We celebrate everything. And like Valentine's Day, like everybody has their holiday. My holiday is Christmas. Like everybody knows you have to be available for my events. It's all hands on deck to, you know, because I'm doing it big. So we are all going to make sure NikkiStar gets all of her holiday celebrations off. And, you know, right. That's my holiday. My little sister's holiday is Cinco de Mayo. You know that on Cinco de Mayo, you have to be available for all of her events, everything that she wants to do, you know, to not bother her with anything, because that is her holiday, Cinco de Mayo. For my sister, her holiday is Thanksgiving. She don't cook nothing, but that is like her holiday. She sets everything up. She sends out invites. She decorates. She is preparing months in advance. That is her holiday. My mom, Valentine's Day, the day of love. That is her holiday. She had a whole presentation. She had gifts, and that is her thing. And then after she did her presentation, we had like a dance party, and then we were doing karaoke. And Somebody Else's Guy, me and her brought the house down, okay? That is our jam. And she's just like, Nikki, I can't believe you love this song. Like, what are you going through that you love this song so much? I said to her, what were you going through when you were raising me? Because that's how I know that song. Because you had that song on repeat. I know every Anita Baker song. I know every like hit R&B song from the 80s and 90s. And my grandmother was my babysitter when my mom was at work. So Sam Cooke, Jackie Wilson, James Brown, like all of those songs impacted me because these are the women who were like raising me. So that's why I know all of these songs. I'm just like, girl, I know that because of you. What were you going through with my dad singing that song so much? Shonda said nobody deserves a spouse like Mark. Remember, we thought that he was going to be the one to like save her or, like make her palatable to the audience. Ciao. SPNG TV. You are a mess. Yeah, that's right, B. B said, it's Kenya's job to be mean, but we have seen her be nice. To throw dirt on her when she's clearly suffering is super weird. She definitely gets paid to be that way. But again, she doesn't have to. That's her choice. She's choosing to show up and be awful as that character. You have a choice. Like you can, what is it? You can pick your action, but you can't pick your consequences. So, Virgin Love 8 said, but what does she do to him to make him hate her so much? The thing is, that whole relationship is a mystery. We don't know what's going on. We don't know what's going on. We didn't know until last season that his parents didn't like her and she can't talk to his parents. What the hell is going on? She can't even speak to Brooklyn's grandparents? What's going on in that relationship? Something going on. Hey, Proshin. Porshecula, hey babe, said Drew doesn't need to be worried about any other relationship. Come on, and worried about property deed and why. And she needs to worry about that property deed and why Ralph doesn't even want to look at any paperwork for that house. Let's talk about it, because the way he's moving with that house, something going on. Proshian said, I don't know. The past 2 seasons, Kenya hasn't really come for anyone without reason. I will say on this season, the only time I've seen her come for people is when she was in her confessionals. I haven't seen her come for anybody like in the scenes, which is, I'm thinking that, the confessionals are heavily produced. So I just think she's really been phoning it in. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Wendy Sims 31. That's from our Love After Lockup. Claude said, yes, I know it's a deep issue for Kenya. And now she only has her daughter. These women don't care. It's just really sad. It's really, really sad. But it's really hard when you have made your money out of being awful to people. You really can't expect sympathy. I mean, if you get it, it's a blessing. If you don't, like, you get back what you put out. Simply Simone said, that's me and my auntie. She was 21 when I was born, and I went through her 20s with her listening to Keisha Cole and Mary J. Blige. Yep. You have no idea how, much the babysitter influences you. I'm telling you, that's why I watch Judge Judy like that. Like, there's not a Judge Judy episode that I haven't seen. It's because that's what my grandmother made me watch. Like, we watched Judge Judy. We watched The People Court. Before it was Judge Marilyn Mullion. We watched it when it was the old guy. We watched Judge Mathis. Oh, she loved Judge Mathis. That was my, after school. Like, that's what I did after school. Watch all them shows with her and cook in the kitchen, which is why I love cooking in the kitchen. Just not cooking in the kitchen, but like, that's why I love cooking, because for me, I feel like that's my time with her again. Like, she's left us this earth, years ago, but for me, that's like me reconnecting with her. But that's just a part of who I am because she was such a huge influence in my life. Yeah, I honestly don't think that the ladies are treating her like worse than she has treated others. I will say that. I will say Kenya has been very, very awful. But I'm just giving y'all the perspective of what I see, and it's just like, whew, she going through it. Oh, Wendy Sims 31 said Drew's name is probably not on the deed. He's going to pull a diary of a mad black woman. Woo! Mistresses and all, dragging her out of the house. You know what, Wendy? I never thought of that, but I'm like, why don't you want her to know everything? He's like, oh, I just want to take care of everything. Ladies, look at the paperwork. Don't let him take care of everything. You'll be a Teresa Giudice. You'll be a Teresa Giudice. Know everything that's going on to protect yourself. Proshian said, I just doubt Kenya put this trip together. Oh, it's definitely the production. She was given the role to host it. She was not prepared to do it. I think production asked her to be the host. Absolutely, Proshian. Probably knowing she wasn't going to be good at it. They should have asked Candy. Absolutely. Absolutely. Remember, she made the whole thing. Like, I definitely think that she also made Candy the face of the event that she was hosting for Cynthia because she knew that people wouldn't come if it was her. I also think she did that with Candy because she really couldn't take on the responsibility of that. That girl was going through it. She really, really is. Lifestyle with Abby says, I think that Mark is a very dominant man with a lot of dysfunction around him. Kenya is too independent, smart, and confident to be controlled and emotionally manipulated. But she is, you know what I mean? Like, this is what he is doing to her. Like, he is really putting that woman through it over her child, going after her heart. We will never know what really happened in that relationship, but something happened. Something happened to get these two here. Yeah, this isn't Claude, this isn't a bad girls trip. So I don't know if they're just trying to fake some drama, but there really should not be any issues. This is an easy breezy girls trip. Oh, Bunny said that Tampa mistress is about to move in. Ciao. Yeah, I didn't like what Kenya said about Portia's activism. Yep, Simply Simone always look at the paperwork. Yeah, something going on. He was moving way too quick. And she was just like, I don't know what's going on. You should know. You should know what's going on. You really, really should. Anyway, guys, I have to get out of here because I got 2 more shows to watch and review for you guys. So keep a lookout for my channel. Married at First Sight is coming. The Bell Collective is coming. Little Women Atlanta is coming. And then tomorrow I have 2 lives for The Bachelor and Drag Race. Join me for those 2 lives tomorrow if you want. One is at 12. The Bachelor is at 12. Drag Race is at 2. And then the other edited reviews, I'll just put those up throughout the week. Thank you so much for joining me yet again. We've had a very interesting day. I truly enjoyed my time with you guys. I thank you for carving time out of your day to come and hang out here with me at NikkiStar TV. Your support means the world to me. I really appreciate all of you guys. Totally love you. I'll see you soon with something else. Love you, family. Mwah. Thank you. Thank you so much, Tracy. Bye, guys.